Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy.
And I'm Lucas.
And welcome back to Patched, and today we're going to be reviewing the XTRFY M42 RGB. Ooh. Yes, and this mouse is pretty special because you can change the shape of the actual mouse, which is really cool. We'll get into all of that. This mouse is going for 60 bucks, or this actual color, this pink color is going for 65. The black one is going for 60, and then the retro colorway is going for 70 bucks. So I'd say it's like a little bit more expensive than like...
I'd say it's a mid-price stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So if you guys do want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the overall shape. And like I mentioned, there are two shapes, right? So
what the hell?
Yeah, it's... So if you look, we can see that it, like the shell, the back part of the mouse, the shell comes off. And it's pretty much held together by magnets. And I can't believe how secure it fits, right? So no matter how much I try to like take this shell off, it doesn't move. The only way to take it off is, you know, you put your nail in this little like divot, push up, there you go, super easy. It comes with two shells and the shapes are different. So one is more specific for claw grip and the other one is more specific for palm grip. But to be honest, for me, like I didn't like the palm grip. You know, for me, I like to have the arch like a little bit higher and a little bit more centered into the mouse for when I use palm grip. That's, you know, when I'm just like casually, just when I'm not gaming, you know. And then if you look here in the front of the mouse, the front half, it's super low, and that reminds me a lot of the XM1. And even though like, you know, you try to palm grip it a little bit, it doesn't feel as like comfortable for me personally. You know what I'm saying? So even with the palm grip shell, I don't think it's that good. But the claw grip or fingertip grip is really nice. And if you've ever used the XM1, it feels pretty similar to that.
Well, I'm gonna say it. I like both of them. I love it. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant idea. The engineering is awesome. They didn't send this out to us, by the way, so this is not an ad. It's just such a cool thing. It's like kind of like what we were talking about with the G-Wolves HSK, right, where it was a small mouse, and you were wishing like you could just have a magnetic back on it,
yeah, just
whenever you need it. It's kind of like a weird iteration of that almost, you know. And I like both of the backs. Obviously, I'm a sucker for the higher arches. I like them thick, and so this just sort of hugs the hand. It's a lot better for me. I had no issues doing palm grip on there, claw grip, fingertip. However it needs to be done. It's just sort of it's a really good shape for me. And this is a change because this is an ambidextrous mouse, but of course not true ambidextrous. You got buttons only on the left side. Yes. So I love the shape. I like both of the shapes. I had no problem using either of them for all types of grips with my large hands, but I just personally prefer the larger arch.
Really? Yeah, that's interesting because like, I don't know, is this like really necessary though? You know what I'm saying? Because like you just pick and you know what type of grip you are. You know what I'm saying? So like are you really gonna be like changing like the backs when you're playing? You know what I'm saying? Like why don't you just have it where it's like just one shape and then you just buy whichever one? You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about it a little bit.
Well, this is cooler, and you can get color options.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can switch it. That's
swap
pretty
the colors.
cool.
That would be cool.
But like, yeah, like the palm grip option, obviously this part kind of comes up a little bit more, and it feels the palm a little bit more as well. But like I mentioned, because of this shape, it still feels like the MM711. So not for me personally, it just doesn't feel as good for palm grip. All right, as far as the clicks go, the clicks feel pretty nice. They're pretty hard clicks. The post-travel and pre-travel are pretty damn short though. So I found myself double clicking at times, so just watch out for that. But other than that, the click feels really nice.
Yeah, which is shocking. Yeah. Because these guys are Omrons rated for 20 million clicks, and usually Omrons just feel like kind of a mushy mess. Yeah. But these are actually good. Feels like a pretty solid click. I don't mind it. It is pretty loud. It's a pretty loud click. Yeah. It's sturdy. You know when you clicked it. You can hear it through a headset for sure.
All right, as far as the side buttons go though, side buttons aren't that nice though. The side button feels very mushy, especially for a side button because, you know, most of the time side buttons, they're mushy, and these feel even mushier than like most other mice. So I don't really like the feeling of it. It feels like dead. It doesn't feel like responsive as far as the click goes. So I don't like that, but I guess it does protrude out a lot, so it's not hard to press, but like it just doesn't feel satisfying when you press it. So I feel like they should have made it a little bit better there. And as far as the scroll wheel goes, the scroll wheel feels Pretty similar to the Model O, so the steps aren't very defined. You know, they feel a little bit more just like smooth. I mean, not my personal favorite. I like to have a very defined step, but if you like the Model O, then you'll probably like this scroll wheel as well.
Yeah, but the design on the scroll wheel is cool. And also there's RGB, which is way more important than any of the things we just mentioned.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the skates. So we got 2 skates on the bottom of the mouse, one on top and one on the bottom of the mouse. They are pure PTFE and they are rounded at the edges, so you do get less surface area, which makes the mouse and overall slide of the mouse feel a lot faster, and it's really smooth. You know, I really had no problems with the skates, and if you look at it, it's fairly thick, so it should last you a good amount of time as well.
So it does also come with extra skates in the box in there, which is also a nice little added bonus on there, and also one to surround the sensor, and they also have one to completely cover the sensor.
Yeah,
as well.
You want to do that. It's very nice.
I recommend it. And then we've got two little keys here. One just says XTRFY on it, and it's probably I'm imagining it matches the color of your mouse. And then one just says GG on there.
That GG is so cheesy, man. GG. Boom.
You know what? I like it.
That's so lame.
What if you play with this as your spacebar?
Oh my god.
What if you just pop that thing on your spacebar?
Hell yeah, dude.
You have a tiny spacebar.
Hell yeah. All right, as far as the cable goes, are they calling this anything fancy, dude?
Oh yeah, they are.
Cable.
They are. Hold on, let me pull it up. It was the XTRFY Easy cord,
yeah,
and they have a little registered
cord.
logo.
It's
on
not the
there
hard
too.
cord. It's the easy cord. You know.
Easy cord.
It's like your braided cable. You know, it actually reminds me a lot of the Model O. You know, with the extended cord, because there's a good amount of space in between the actual paracord and the actual wires inside. So it feels nice. You don't really get bothered by the wire unless it like snags on something, but for the most part, it feels really nice. And I also really like how it matches the color of the mouse.
That's very important.
Yes.
You hit more headshots like that.
Exactly.
So as far as the sensor on this guy goes, we're rocking a 3389, feels really good. You got a CPI button on the back here with a color indicator, very useful. And also you can change the polling rate from down here as well. You can go 125 hertz, 500 hertz, and 1000. I don't know why you would play on anything other than 1000, but if you're one of those people, let us know why.
All right, as far as the weight goes, XTRFY is saying this mouse is supposed to weigh 59 grams without the cable. We're gonna see if they're lying to us or not. 62 grams.
How much without the back?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I always play without the back.
Yeah, great idea. 57.
Oh, you can shave some serious weight.
Yes, 5 grams. Ooh. Yeah, it's literally 5 grams. So, and then the other one, let's see if it's lighter. Oh, it's actually 1 gram lighter for the claw grip one, which is obviously you'll feel 1 gram. It's very important.
Very important.
The RGB is pretty much the same as the XTRFY M4. So we have a strip of LED that comes around the front of the mouse, which is really cool because your hand doesn't cover any of the RGB. Which is nice. And then we have a strip of RGB for the scroll wheel.
So you've got a big button on top of here, which would typically be used for something like DPI, but that button's all the way on the bottom there. Now this button is used in combination with other buttons in order to adjust your RGB, which type of RGB scheme you're using, and then the brightness of the lights on there as well. So it's basically just used as a means of changing your RGB on there, which is actually pretty interesting to have on top there. Typically is something that I would rebind to something else though, because RGB usually I set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to change it. Although it is cool that you can change your backs in between games. Like if I'm having a couple bad games of COD and I'm just feeling off, I can just change the back.
Yeah.
And then boom, I'm hitting all the headshots.
That's the problem, right?
it's never an issue with my skill level.
Exactly.
It couldn't possibly be.
So wrapping things up, the M42, although I guess I did hate on the like swappable backs. I guess it is pretty intuitive, but like I said, I don't think it's something that a lot of people are gonna use a lot because, you know, just get the shape that you want and then just use it. You know what I'm saying?
Nonsense.
But anyways, how does it perform? It performs really well. It's light, the skates are great, the buttons are awesome as well. And I had no problems with using it. It felt pretty damn similar to the XM1, which I liked, although it felt a little bit narrower than the XM1. But I love how just like narrow it is, or like low to the desk it is here in the front of the mouse. So it's a great mouse. There's some really cool colorways with great RGB. And I would say it's suitable for most people.
I'm gonna keep it very real with you guys. For $60, even for $70 at the most expensive colorway for this, I think it's a very, very solid contender. It's something I would personally spend money on, and did personally spend money on buying this mouse myself. It's a worthwhile investment. It's really a great mouse. The only real improvement that I have for the company, if they're listening to this video, is an M42.5 RGB, where it is wireless, and that's it. That's all I got for you.
Yes.
Maybe a couple more backs on there, but honestly, it's very well engineered. It's a really good mouse, all in all.
So anyways, that about wraps up our review. Again, if you guys want to cop, we'll leave a link in the description box. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
See you in the next one.